First, Hurricane Helene struck in late September, devastating Florida's Big Bend region, impacting towns in Georgia and causing historic flooding in North Carolina, resulting in over 200 fatalities. Then less than 2 weeks later, Hurricane Milton triggered another disaster in Florida, bringing more destruction with tornadoes, powerful winds, and severe flooding. As these storms unfolded, many wondered how voters in these areas would manage to cast their ballots. Early in-person voting began statewide last Thursday in North Carolina, where mountainous regions still lack power and clean water after Hurricane Helene's flooding.
No, I'm really devoted to cast my vote, but I think a lot of people feel that way. But obviously, anytime you have something this cataclysmic, it's going to disrupt people's lives. At least in my neighborhood, there's a widespread understanding of the importance of this election.
The North Carolina Board of Elections said it was pleased with the early electoral process.
I am here today to tell you that this morning, in-person early voting opened as expected in all 100 North Carolina counties. That includes 76 early voting sites in the 25 counties in the Helene disaster area, down only 4 from the 80 early voting sites originally planned. This is an incredible accomplishment.
I voted.
We are doing a similar executive order that expands the counties to include the counties that were hardest hit by Hurricane Milton.
In Florida, the governor has extended early voting in affected counties and modified deadlines for polling locations and vote-by-mail ballots. He also suspended poll worker training requirements in these areas. However, the governor declined appeals by several organizations to extend the voter registration period.
We had back-to-back storms, right? Helene and Milton. So, we believe that it's warranted to give these people a second chance to go and get this done, right? I mean, I think in a healthy democracy, we would be making easier for people to vote, not harder.
Federal judges in both Florida and Georgia also denied requests from voting rights groups to reopen voter registration. Despite the challenges, the first days of early voting in the storm-battered and key battleground states of North Carolina and Georgia saw record turnout.
I think this is an existential election. It's going to have implications for my children and my 3 grandsons and more to come. So it's critically important that everyone at least voices their vote.
Early voting kicked off on Monday across most of Florida, and with the stakes so high in this closely contested election, every single vote matters. For many here, it's not just about politics. It's also about securing that support that they desperately need to start rebuilding their lives after these devastating storms. Nitza, Soledad, Perez, CGTN, Miami.